And I said, well, I'll have to listen to your masters because I kind of felt I was back into a corner. I didn't know that if I could mix an album or not. And I said, we have to listen to your master. I thought I'd find myself a bit of time. And thank God he didn't have the master with him. So I thought, okay, I was grazed the bullet. 4 or 5 days later, he'd flown to San Francisco and he got the masters and he flew back to LA and he called me and said, I have the masters. Can you come over and listen to them? So I can, okay, fine, I go over. And I went up and I lined the machines and nervous as hell. We stuck it up and listened to it. And actually thought the track sounded cleaner, unmixed, and better than the mix that they had. So he said, do you think we can do it better? I said, yeah, I think I can mix this better. So he went up to the owners of the studio, Freddie and Frank, and they didn't know what was going on. Yeah, and said, we want to remix one of the tracks. And they said, fine, you can take the studio. They didn't say it was me. And I went down there, we spent, a good part of the day remixing one of the tracks. And the producer was very, very happy. He went up to Frank and Freddie and said, I want this kid to remix the whole album. They already printed the album, it was done. And he said, well, who's the guy? I said, it's one of you guys downstairs. And they're like, who? This guy, Paul. So they went back and listened to the track I mixed, and they liked it. So they called me up to the office and they said, hey, have a seat, and what's going on? I said, we had you over here as an assistant. You've been an assistant engineer in a bunch of sessions. You helped us with fixing a few things, blah, blah, but this guy wants you to mix this album. And I said, yeah, and said, well, we listened to it. We think it sounds really good, but can you do a whole album? And I looked him into the eye, and I felt that I couldn't have said, yeah, I can. I'm not going to disappoint you. I'm going to do this. And then the older guy, Frank, I've been sitting with him weekends. He was a very kind man. He came in and helped me. I was remixing some stuff that he recorded a long time ago with big bands, and he said, okay, I think he can do it. I'm going to give it a shot. And I went down. They flew down everybody who's going to be involved in the mix, and I mixed the album in the studio. Had no automation, and what I came up with for the ingenious solution to it is that we had two 24-track machines, so I put up one 24-track to play back on one machine, and then went through the console. A few guys probably knows nonsense, but these guys know what I'm talking about. And I kept re-recording my automation, just audio-wise, onto the other 24-track machines. So, and I mixed with a bunch of groups, and I got through the whole album. Everybody was super happy. And after that, I continued getting a bunch of jobs. And this is in the 90s, and I'm fairly long hair now. Back then, I had down to my waist. I was a big 80s heavy metal guy, and I was mixing gospel records. But it was tons of fun. I did a lot of tracking with gospel choirs. I got goosebumps every single time. It was amazing having a 100-piece choir, mic propped in a room, and having them sing the hearts out. And it is, like you mentioned, being in a recording session, it is such a rewarding feeling.